Hello and welcome to more nerdy rodent geekery. Today I am looking at stylized neural painting. What on earth is that? Well, let's have a little look at the project page here because we've got all sorts of animations going on, and here we can see, okay, we've got an initial image there and it's building this image up here bit by bit, stroke by stroke. Awesome. Let's have a look at this. So abstract and method, there's all sorts of things going on there. Far too complicated for me. Let's do the easy stuff. 1 minute video demo there. Yeah, okay, lots of things. Image to painting translation. Yes, okay, I can understand this. We've got an image, got a painting there, it's translated it, oil brush painting. Excellent. There's also a marker pen version and a watercolor version and a tape art version. Excellent. And we can even do style transfer as well. So once you've got your photo, you've turned it into an oil painting, then you can take that oil painting and have different styles applied to it. Excellent stuff. Let's go and have a look at the code over here on GitHub, see what we need to do to get this downloaded and installed. So, looks like you can even run it on a CPU now. Don't even need a GPU, but I, of course, do have a GPU because it is much faster. Also, if your GPU only has limited memory, such as less than 4 gigabytes, there are also some smaller models that will run on those. Now, requirements there, requirements.txt with a little uppercase R will get you up and running. However, I am of course using Anaconda and love Anaconda so much that I use it for everything. So, conda create minus name, stylized neural painting Python 3.7. I then of course activate my new conda environment, git clone to download everything and change directory into the stylized neural painting area. Now, if you are, like me, using one of these new RTX 3000 series cards, then you will, of course, have to download the very latest version of PyTorch, which is currently 1.7. As you can see on here, if you put this up to 11, it gives you the command there, conda install, PyTorch, torchvision, torchaudio, cudatoolkit equals 11.0, and make sure you use that channel PyTorch there. So that's where I got that command from there. That's going in there. Then, of course, you can pip install -R, capital R, requirements.txt, and then you need to download these pre-trained models. Now they are linked here, of course. So you've got the oil paint, watercolor, marker pen, and color tapes. If you've got that low power GPU, so less than 4 gigabytes of VRAM in it, there are these lightweight models here that you will download instead of the heavyweight models up there. There's little tiny models there for the teeny tiny GPU. Now, if you want to produce their results, they've got the progressive rendering command there that you can run. So that's this example here. But I, of course, like running my own things on my own pictures just to see what things look like. So let's have a little pass through this. So first of all, we've got the demo prog. So that's demo progression. Now, if you're using the MXM image grid, it's a little different there. So you've got the demo.py. So we're using the progressive one here. Image path is pictures variety face. So there is the face I downloaded from Pexels. So we're using that one. That's the source image. Background color is white. I'm using up to 500 strokes. Now, the more strokes you use, the better it looks. I've tried dropping the number of strokes. 500 seems to be about the minimum for it to look sort of reasonable, but obviously your mileage may vary and it entirely depends on what you want it to look like. Maximum divide 5 there is the default. This goes all the way up to 7, so if you want to put it up to 7, that's fantastic. If I try to use 8, it just says no, I can't divide it 8 times. So 7 divisions there seems to be the maximum. Now you've got this renderer here, oil paint brush, and along with the renderer you need the similarly named renderer checkpoint directory. So you could change this. So rather than have that oil paint brush, you could use watercolor. And then with watercolor, you would change the checkpoints G to checkpoints G to watercolor. Or you could use marker pen or a rectangle, but we're just going to use this oil paint brush to start with. Excellent stuff. So let's get that running and see what happens. There we go. So it gives you these 2 little outputs here. Now it does mention that if you're using SSH, you can turn these little outputs off. So you can SSH into a remote machine and run this if you want to, and then it doesn't get the pop-up windows. And it also created this output directory, which is where it will eventually output everything. So let's just leave those 2 there running for a little while. And yeah, I'll manipulate time and come back in a minute. And there we go, it's done its thing. So we've got the output directory there, and we've got the final face. There you go, there's the final face. And it also gives you a little animation of the brush strokes building up your image as well. This gets a little bit longer depending on how many strokes you use. 500 strokes is quite a short video. So there you go, 500 strokes, done. Start over again. So nice, excellent stuff. Now, the next thing we've got, let's just close that down. I'll just quickly save the final image there. So face final, put that into my little saves, paste into folder, get rid of that output because we're going to do a different version, and that's down here. So you can use marker pen and things as well. That's all progressive rendering still. But here we can do rendering directly from MXM image grids as well. So this is a slightly different command. So rather than demo prog, we're just using plain demo there, and let's just run one of these. So copy this bit in here. Now once again, I will change the image path to be my pictures variety. We'll use that same face again. Now here we've got mgrid 5 rather than max divide, and we'll use much the same renderer. There we go. So this is the oil brush, but with the grid instead, the mgrid 5. Just to modify time again. And there we go, that has finished, and once again puts the output into the output directory. So there, just builds up the strokes in a slightly different way. As you can see, you don't actually get the grid. It looks nice at the end. So there we go. Now let's have a little comparison. So if we have a look at this face final here, we've got that one there, and then let's have a look at the one I saved earlier. So there's the other face final. As you can see, they are very similar but also quite different. So the strokes seem a lot more prominent on here, and they're going all different directions and stuff, and there's yeah, similar but different. So up to you, artist's choice. Let's just clean out that output directory and have a look at some more things. Now, as you will have noticed, the images were quite a little bit smaller than expected, and also a little bit squishy. So you can change all of this, luckily. So here you've got this canvas size option if you want to make it a little bit bigger. Still a square canvas there, canvas size 1024, but you can opt to keep the aspect ratio as well. There's also some different loss functions there you can use. Awesome. Now, when you finish rendering any of those, this only works with the MXM image grids at the moment, but you can do this stuff here. So the style transfer. Now I've got the face strokes saved there from the MXM one. Now this lets you do a little bit of style transfer. So we'll take this style transfer command here, copy this one in, and we'll do it with the face instead. So I'm going to use the oil brush paint renderer again because that's the one I used originally, but the vector file is this npz. It saves at the end there, so I've got this in saves, face _ strokes.npz, stick with their fire style just for a laugh, and the content image is that face, so that was in my pictures, variety, we've got face, canvas color white, renderer checkpoint is the same there, transfer mode 1, so transfer mode 1 it's got here, transfer color only or 1 is transfer both color and texture. So when we run that, we should get some pop-ups as well. There we go. So this time we get the style image and the input image, and there it is, trying to put that style onto it. Now this will also take a few seconds as well, so once again I will manipulate time. And there we go, so that's that bit done, and we can have a look in the output directory. So there's the style, and there is the face in that style. Yeah, okay, looks quite scary. There we go. Now, what else have we got here? So we got this 8-bit graphics artworks version as well. I'll scroll down a little bit here. Now, this particular command didn't work for me because it said no, I don't know what the renderer is. I can't do that. So I figured it looks like rectangles. It looks like that rectangles one, but maybe they're keeping them, and that seemed to work. So I specified there the checkpoints G rectangle and the renderer type, I think, as well. No, just the checkpoint for that one. Okay, so that looked like it was looking for the checkpoint for the rectangles, and that certainly seemed to work. Now there's one final little bit down the bottom here, so you can also train your neural renderer. That command did work, and that takes quite a long time. I started off testing it, as they say there. I think it's 500 epochs, 400 epochs there. I started with 200 epochs, and that was quite a lot. So I stopped it around 100, but that gave me this other checkpoint directory here. So that's all the paintbrush 100, so that's 100 epochs, and yeah, it looked different to the default one. So I have, of course, saved lots of these, and I've got lots of little images. So let's show you some of these different PNGs. So there, you can tell there's an 8-bit version there, and that's the original, so that's not too bad. And some of these different versions here, so that's a face, and this is the style transfer there, the wave on a different painting. There is a flower girl, so this was with 2048 M strokes there, so that's quite a high number of strokes. There's the original, and this one's that's the marker style, and there's the original face. That's the marker style. And then this one's a husky, so this I went down to 200, so that's 200 strokes. So it still looks quite good. So like I say, it depends on what style you're going for. That's 200 strokes, looks pretty good. That's the original of that one without the style transfer. So that's that. And this is quite a complex picture. So that's the Renoir there with the two girls at the piano. Looks like that, yeah. You can see it afterwards. After you've seen the original picture, then you can tell what it is. But otherwise, yeah, not so much. Squirrels look fantastic. There's a beautiful squirrel there, and another Stylegan face. This is the watercolour one. As you can see, it's more droplety rather than smears. There's the original and the watercolour version of it there. And another version of the watercolour, so an original picture, and that's without the aspect ratio, as you can tell. There we go. Awesome. So I would just leave you to look at a few of those animations, but do enjoy the stylized neural painting there on GitHub. Rodent out for now.